Welcome back, guys. Let's get this season started then. So guys, welcome back. As I say, it's now time to begin the season. We've got Hemel Hempstead in our first game up today, who you can see on the screen here. And essentially, it's going to be quite an interesting game. We are the favourites for it, but we'll have to see quite how we perform. I'll run through, before we get into the match itself, I'll run through the transfers we've picked up in the pre-season. And to be honest, I am quite impressed with one or two of them. I'm very surprised with one that we've got. So I'll run through who they are. And we've been more productive than I was expecting as well. We managed to actually get one player off the book, so it helped free up a little bit of the wage bill. So let's take a look at that now then. So we're now here on the transfer screen, guys, and I'll just run through with you who I managed to actually get off the books. And the reason why I actually managed to get rid of him is we had a player at the team, Chris Lewington, who's actually our backup goalkeeper, was also our goalkeeping coach. So I managed to get him off the books because he was on about £500, £600 a week, which is quite a lot for a backup keeper when our first choice keeper in Jake Cole was only on £400, I believe. So I managed to get him off the books, which I was quite pleased with. And then we managed to, with that extra bit of money, get a couple of players in. So essentially these three players here, we have Sam Booth, who's on loan from Crewe. We have Reuben Sabbath, I believe he pronounced his name, from Sunderland on loan. And then we also got Jamie Thomas. Now I'll leave Jamie till the end because he's arguably the biggest surprise, I'd say. He's far too good for this level, if I'm honest. But first of all, we got Sam Booth, who's a really decent backup keeper, young 18-year-old. We got him on no money at all in terms of wages. We're not paying a single bit of money to Crewe for the loan him in for the season, which is a perfect backup keeper option, I feel. He obviously Jake Cole's going to be the first choice throughout the season, but having Sam here just as a backup, maybe play the odd cup game and so on, is a really useful option, I think. He's got some decent stats in there as well to help out if needed. So say if there's interest to Jake, then he's not a bad option at least anyway. So next on the list is Reuben Sabbath, who, if I load up his profile here, you can see I got him from Sunderland on loan. We're paying a little bit, I believe, if we look at his contract. We're paying £500 a week, also about £1,000 per month in terms of a playing fee, but not too bad of a fee there. And in terms of his actual attributes, he's really decent for this level. He's apparently a 4-star player. I don't know if he probably is. I mean, he may well be. I mean, the scouts at this level aren't brilliant, but he is a very good player nonetheless. Got some really good stats for that defensive midfield. He reckons he's a ball-winning midfielder by trade. I am going to probably play him there to start with. I may move him to a defensive midfielder or an anchor man. We'll kind of see how the season goes. But in terms of his actual ability and mentalism, at least, and his ability to win the ball back, he's really, really decent. So I'm quite pleased with that pickup there, and I say quite cheap as well, wage-wise and so on. Now, the final player I managed to pick up during the window, which is I'm so impressed with, is Jamie Thomas here. He is, I honestly believe, to be way too good for this level. If I open up his profile so you can take a look at him, you can see essentially as an advanced forward, which is his main role he likes to play as, he is brilliant for this level. He's currently rated as a 4.5-star player by the scouts. Again, you have to kind of take the star rate with a pinch of salt at this level, but even so, you can tell he's good. If we look at the coach report, they reckon he's a leading player for the league above in the National League, so I am very, very happy with that pickup there. As I say, his actual ability, both on the ball, his ability physical-wise and mentally, all really decent. He has the ability to shoot with power, which I love for players at this level. It's really, really helpful because when the players don't have that brilliant of a technique, it helps when they can just essentially smash the ball into the back of the net and give the keeper as little chance as possible. So I'm very pleased with that option as well. If we also take a look at his season stats, you can see here down at the season stats for the non-competitive games, for the friendlies, he got in just in time for the final game before the Hemel Hempstead one coming up, and he played one and he scored 4 times. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing what he can do at this level. The fact he scored 4 in his first game with no kind of pre-fitness or anything like that is a very good sign. I think he's going to bang goals in for fun at this level. I also think, judging by what the game reckons, where they think he's going to get top goal scored, that may well happen. So I have to wait and see. But as I say, very, very pleased. So essentially that now covers all of the players we've brought in. We have got one other player that may possibly join. I'll show you just who he is if I go into the transfers. We have Stephen Kinsella here, who's currently considering a loan option with us, just as a backup winger really. Nothing too spectacular, but more of just a depth player for us. But essentially that does cover everyone that I've managed to bring in and maybe bringing in if you joined midway through the episode, obviously I'll show you that later on in the episode. But let's get into this first game then, shall we? Here we are on the tactics screen just before we go up against Hemel Hempstead for the first game of the season. You can see by the main shape of the team, it's not really changed. I haven't particularly changed anything with the tactics. I found it works pretty well over the pre-season, to be honest. The friendlies went okay. The only thing I did change was the mentality. I changed from positive even to balanced. I just found it helped us up defensively a little bit, made us a little bit more solid at the back, which was quite good. I have made a few changes with the actual personnel in the squad. Sam and Thomas have both dropped straight into the first team. They're both far better than what we had before, so that was a no-brainer, really. And also at the back, you might notice a few different names at the back here. Hoyt has gone into right back for us. Annoyingly, Charlie Seaman has picked up, I think he had a hernia for a couple of weeks. Yeah, he's still got about 2 weeks left on that, so we probably won't see him in this episode at all. And then also, the captain, George Alacobi, has managed to get himself sprained knee ligaments. Basically picked him up on the first day of pre-season, which was very frustrating because obviously I bigged him up and made a nice good deal about how good he is, and he instinctively got himself injured. As per usual with Football Manager, as I'm pretty sure they must listen to you because every time you big someone up, they normally always either get injured or do something stupid in the game. So that happened with George Alacobi. But otherwise, it's pretty much full strength. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what we can do against Hemel Hempstead here. Right, so if we submit the team then, so here we go. So I have decided to go with playing 3D. I do normally like to play in 2D, to be honest, but I thought I would actually give 3D a bit more of a go as well. We're at a lower level. I think it could be quite nice to actually see it in 3D. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you'd actually prefer, because if you'd rather go to 2D, I'm happy to switch it up midway through and so on as we go. But I'm going to give 3D a go for these first few games here anyway. So let's get into the dressing room and give our team talk. So let's say, come on, lads. So let's say I got Faye, shall we? Go with the old favourite with Football Manager Team Talk. So there we go. A few of the players kind of listened there. Not a great reaction, but I suppose better than nothing. So let's get into it, shall we? So the players coming out here. So Maidstone in the yellow and black, or the amber and black, I suppose. Hempstead in a bit of a not very pleasant lime green colour. So let's just get the league table up here as well. So here we go. So Hempstead playing a flat 4-4-2 there, it looks like. So currently, not much going on. Bit of a boring start. First 15 minutes there. Not a single highlight to go. So let's get demand more a little bit. Okay, here we go. So Jake Cole with the goal kick there. Out to the wing, which I have asked him to do. So Wishart gets the header on. Chesmain. Out to Marshall. He isn't really first choice centre-back, but he's does a job at least. So here we go. Let's see. So currently we're pressing, which is nice to see. With our midfield two there. Long ball up the top. Okay, let's deal with that. Okay, good. Reuben there clearing up, which is what he's in there to do, really. So Chesmain out to Wishart. Okay, come on. Let's see what he does. He's under pressure, but he's done well. It's Chesmain, Marshall. Long ball. Can Jamie get a flick on? He can. Wishart, come on. Oh, lovely ball. Sidhu's in. Sidhu. Oh, it's actually a decent save from the keeper there. So it's gone to a corner. So let's have a look. I know often when you get the corners in the highlights, you don't normally get much come from them unless it starts from the corner. But let's see. No, nothing really there. Surprise, surprise, I suppose. Okay, so another highlight here. Let's have a look. So Hemel Hempstead up on the ball here. Hopefully, oh, that's a decent interception there from Carnival. Good ball played up the pitch. Come on, Wishart running down the wing. That's exactly what he seems to do. And he's, oh, what is that shot? What a waste. That is absolutely dreadful by Wishart. Don't know why he shot there. You could have tried to play it across, I think, for Jamie Thomas there. It would have been a much better opportunity. Right, let's tend to get creative, I think. Okay, corner. I have set up some corners. I don't really know if they're going to work. Oh, okay. Maybe they are. Great start there. Lewis Knight bangs it in at the far post. That's a really good start there. So our first goal of the season comes from Lewis Knight, the centre-back. Lovely job there, Lewis. Let's have another look at that replay from this angle here. Good ball put across and a lovely header. I don't know why it looks like he's got a bald patch on the 3D engine. He's not bald in real life. I don't know if that's just the engine playing up with his hair a bit there, with the texture, but definitely confirm he's not bald. Well, hasn't got a bald patch at least, but that looks like it's going to be the end of the first half. It is. We're majorly dominating the stats there. I mean, possession's pretty similar, but I'm not really playing for possession in the game. I'm mainly just trying to look to play quite quick and direct football, to be honest. But in terms of shots and so on, it's going very well. Really limited Hemel Hempstead, which is lovely, and also no bookings as well, which is pretty good. So let's just have the team talk. So I'm probably just going to say not to get complacent. To be honest, I think they've played pretty well I mean, up the top, haven't really created very much, annoyingly, but I might actually just have a bit of a moan at the centre too, just so I'm getting them to be a bit more fired up. Yeah, that's gone all right there. So if we start the second half, I'm not going to make any tactical change. I'm quite happy how we're playing. So they're not really creating anything. We're having much the better of the game. I think I might adapt if Hemel Hempstead change how they're playing, and if we get any bookings as well. I'll keep an eye on it though. So gone straight for the first almost 20 minutes there. Now we're getting our first highlight here. So let's see. So throw in from Chesmain. Come on, Wishart on the ball. Okay, Chesmain running down the wing. He is on full-back defence, so I mean, I don't... Oh, that is a lovely ball. What a ball. What an unbelievable cross by Chesmain that is. And then Jamie Thomas doing exactly what it was, that advance forward, running ahead of the defenders and getting on that ball there. That is such a good ball from Chesmain. I have to look at his crossing stats, or crossing attribute even, because he's not got a brilliant attribute, I don't think. That is a lovely goal. Absolutely lovely finish as well from Jamie Thomas. Scores on his debut. Let's have a quick look at him there. So Chesmain. So yeah, he's got 7 crossings. I don't know where he just pulled that cross out from. That was a David Beckham-esque cross there in his prime. Okay, that is a lovely highlight in the second half. It was the first one of the half as well. Going to take off Amanazul, I think. He looks a bit knackered, so let's take him off. I'll put Iffy Allen on as an out-and-out winger. And I've got him playing wing attack at the moment. I might actually just change him to wing support as we are winning anyway. And I think that might do it for now. I don't think I'll change anything else just yet. So let's confirm that there. Looks like Hemel getting a lot of bookings. They've got 5 bookings already. I tell you what, actually, as they are kind of struggling anyway, I'm just going to drop us to be a bit more cautious. Put a little bit of time wasting on. I don't think I'm going to make any other changes. I think I'll just leave it there. I believe. Let's let that go. It's going very well, very nice. I'll just take his defence last few minutes. I might make a time-wasting sub, actually. Let's bring on Sam Corn. He plays that Carolero role, a bit more defensive. I think that will do. Okay. So, let's have a look. I hope to have the ball here. I mean, I don't think we've actually seen a highlight from Hemel Hempstead, so we've really done well at shutting them out, to be honest. And then I've probably just said that, and they're going to go and instantly score, aren't they? Oh, no, it's offside, okay. As soon as I said that, I was thinking they were just going to score, but no, it looks like that's going to be the end of the game, and it is. That is a really good performance, just in complete control. Hemel Hempstead had really no chance at all. All right, let's praise the lads there. Well done, lads. Okay, right then. Well, I'll see you at the next game, which is Havant Waterlooville. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Right then, guys. So we're now at the Havant Waterlooville game. This is probably going to be a much tougher game, to be honest. Havant Waterlooville came down with Maidstone from the National League in the previous season, so I have kind of adapted the team slightly for that. I decided to bring Corn in, Sam Corn, who's a bit more defensive than Saidu Khan, and I've pushed Andre Boucard into now an advanced playmaker role rather than the central midfielder attack, just because he prefers to play an advanced playmaker essentially. But I think that's probably going to be the only major change. The only other thing is Stephen Kinsella, who I mentioned earlier in the episode, has just joined us on loan. So I just brought him straight in to be put on the bench here, just as a backup winger for us. But essentially, that is the only changes I'm making. So let's get into this game then as well. Okay then, so let's submit the team. And yes, that's fine. And then let's go forward to the actual game. So let's the team warms up. So here we all are. So we've got, looks like Hamilton also playing a 4-3-3. Playing Danny Kedwell, who's a bit of a not liked figure at Maidstone, shall we say, former Gillingham and Ebbsfleet player, so he's not very well liked whenever he appears at Maidstone. I remember when they played Maidstone last time, he scored a bit of a goal, which didn't go down very well with the Maidstone fans as well. But let's go into the team talk anyway. So let's just say, I want you to pick up where you left off last time. Some of the players seem like that, so let's say hey, Faith as well. Okay, so that went a little bit better than the first team talk, so that's quite good. So let's get into the match. So in our amber and black once more, and Waterlooville in the white here. So it doesn't look like as many fans that Havant Waterlooville game. I know Havant are a bit of a smaller side than Maidstone, so I'm not really surprised there. So let's get into it. So first highlight, 6 minutes in. A little bit earlier than the last match. Obviously last match took about 20 minutes for anything major to get going. So long ball at the top to absolutely no one. Nice bit of wasted possession there on the centre back, always good. So I think that's Ross Warner. I think he's also a former Maidstone as well, if I remember rightly, in net for them. Oh, good ball up. No, not quite. Nearly made it to Thomas there. So Havant playing around quite nicely here. Oh, and then Gavin Hoyt's just missed the interception there. And okay, we forced him back. That's quite good. So Bailey to Straker. Not sure many of these players are for Havant, to be honest. So lovely clearance from Hoyt to Wishart. Oh, he's playing absolutely just long hoof up the pitch. Thomas. Oh, he's put it over. Not a bad effort though, especially quite early on. Decent signs there, to be honest. So Boucard's free kick this time around, and Malazor has scored. Get in there. That is a really good free kick from Boucard. He has got decent free kicks. I think he's got a 10 or 11, to be honest, so he is quite good at them. So we may see a few of those from Andre Boucard over the course of the season, but that's a really nice ball put in, and Malazor's got quite a good finish on him there. Not a particularly good bit of goalkeeping there, though, to be honest. That is near post, but even so, we'll take it. I don't mind. Don't mind if the opposition keeper messes up here and there. As long as Cole can prevent himself from doing that, I don't mind. Okay, so now 20 odd minutes in, not much more been happening, so still not a huge amount. We are up to second at the moment, which is quite a good start. I do wonder though if we will be able to get a win away at Havant. To be honest, they are, in my opinion, a much stronger team than Hemel Hempstead. We have to wait and see. Looks like nothing's happening at the moment. Wow, what a boring start. Other than the chance, there's not really been, other than the goal itself, not really been much else to really talk about. I mean, we're dominating possession, which I am finding really surprising, and shots wise as well. We're all over Havant and Waterlooville, but they're really not putting up much of a threat at all. Okay, so I'm going to say things are going well, capable even better. No one seems to really care. Always good when the players don't really seem to care. Let's say you weren't that bad. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm going to say though from Thomas, not very happy because he hasn't really done anything other than that miss. Do I want to make a sub? Guess we're all right for the moment, to be honest. I think I'll leave it. Let's just get into the second half. Not going to change anything. We're playing very well, so we'll see. Okay, so 5 minutes into the half almost, throwing in hour half. So let's see. Long ball played up. Again, as I said earlier on, I don't mind us doing that. That's a really good ball though, and a bit of a pathetic finish from Malazoi. He's left-footed, so I'm not that surprised on his right foot. He didn't really get much on it, but not a bad show from Malazoi there. That's a really good ball, and is that offside? Oh, it was offside. Lino's got his flag up. Thank you very much there, linesman. I see he must have received his check in the post, so that's always good. Thanks for giving that decision our way there. Yeah, he was way offside actually. Both players way offside. That's good. Still dominating position. I'm finding that really surprising because we're not looking to play possession football at all. Wishart with a yellow card though. I'm not too keen on that. I may take him off for Kinsella in a second actually. We'll see how this highlight goes. So Havant running down the wing. It's a big Danny Kedwell. Ayunga. Is that Simon Walton from Maidstone? That is a really good effort. I think that is Simon Walton actually. I think he's from Maidstone as well. I'll have a look once the highlight finishes. Really unlucky for him though. Hit the post. Probably deserved a goal to be honest. It was a really good strike. Still coming forward there, Havant, and I think we might be alright now actually. Malazor's coming with it. That should be okay. Are we actually going to get a counter here, or is this just the end of the highlight section? I think it is just the end. Although we have got a free kick. Oh no, it is the end of the highlight. Do love it when Foot Manager does that. Makes you think you're going to get a chance, and then just kind of dashes your hopes like that. Always good. Okay, so Havant on the ball again. I think I'm going to change some stuff up because they are all over us at the moment. Really haven't. Chesmane's done well to get the ball back though. Nice and calm. Up to Jamie. He's controlled it. Oh, you could have played Wishart in there, Jamie. Okay, because that is a really decent ball. Look for the space. And Malazor. He's played it across. Thomas. What a goal. That is a really decent finish from Jamie Thomas. Doing what I want him to do. 2 goals in 2 games. Really good start. I am going to take off though Wishart. So he's booked. Don't want him getting sent off. What foot is he? He's a right footer. So yeah, I'll play him as an inverted winger. So we'll go for that. I'm not going to change up the tactics other than just making that simple swap though, I think. Pretty happy. So I know Havant starting to get into the game a bit more. I think we were kind of against the run of play there, that goal, but even so, I'm quite happy with what's going on at the moment. So I haven't seemed to be controlling it. Play long ball up. I think we should be okay. Marshall, yeah, we're okay. That's good. I'm just going to go cautious though, just as we get into the last stage of the game. Play demand more as well. What actually get us doing the time? I'm going to stop the overlap as well. I don't really want Wheat bombing up quite as much, to be honest. I think actually I will just set him to being defensive, and I'm going to pull Malazor from being an attacking support to just a supporting, just to help, and the same with Bucard, just to help the team a bit more. Anything else? I should tell you what, I'm going to take Marshall off because it doesn't look particularly comfortable. Johnson can play centre back. He is probably more of a fullback in my opinion, but he can play centre back, so I'm quite happy with him doing that. Okay, so just winding down the clock. Oh, there's a highlight, so please be our way, not Havant's. Otherwise, if Havant scored, this could become a very nervy last few minutes of the match here. Okay, so Corn, Ricard. That's a brilliant ball. That is a fantastic ball. It's got to be a goal. What a save. Now, I don't know if that was more of a miss opportunity by Thomas. That was just a really good save, but regardless, Havant keeper kept him in the match here. So, Chesmain's corner. He's wasting a little bit of time, which is good. That's what I want to see. And no, nothing from it. Doesn't look, I don't think. No, okay, so Waters. Wow, that was actually really lucky. We only had one defender back then. That was really lucky that he didn't pick up the play on the right hand side there. Just gonna, for the last minutes, put on some defensive. Let us to see the game out, and that's really, really good. Really pleased with that. Another 2-0 win. So overall, we were definitely the better team. I mean, they did come into a bit more towards the end there, haven't, but very pleased with that. Right then, guys, hopefully you enjoyed those two matches to start the season off with. Definitely really pleased with the beginning way to kick the season off with. 2 really good wins under our belt. As I say, definitely will come back probably towards September. Hope we can continue on the good form, of course. I believe we have Dartford quite early on, so that likely be a game I come back for, with it being a local derby. So I will see you then. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on it. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you have any ideas for tactics, do put it down in the comments as well. But I will see you again next time, guys. See you later.